Giuliani. Giuliani, you might say, seemed absolutely giddy when it was interviewed last week on Fox and Friends. That's the one with Steve Juicy. He is tireless, as New York Times put it, tireless, if often wildly inaccurate in his attacks on Clinton's ethics, her health, and her work as United States Senator and as Secretary of State. Giuliani, every time I think of this little snot, has been spending every minute in the public spotlight as a surrogate for Trump. His most remarkable claim is that he has a pipeline into the FBI and that agents are giving him information and telling him that they are, quote, outraged that they've not been able to bring Mrs. Clinton and her husband to justice. Oh, fuck. But he got on the Steve Juicy and Brian Kilmeade circle jerk. Kilmeade, I don't know, today. And said, well, he was asked, does Donald Trump plan anything except a series of inspiring rallies? This was last Tuesday. Giuliani said, yes. And then he started this demonic laugh. Another one of the circle jerkers, Ainsley Earhart, jumped in and said, what's he planning? Giuliani laughed. Ha, 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 you'll see. Ha, 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 ha. And he kept laughing. Ha, ha, ha. Ainsley asked, when will this happen? Giuliani smiled and said, ha, 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 ha. We got a couple of surprises left. Steve Juicy woke up and said, October surprises? You asshole, it's November. Giuliani then explained, because Juicy had just awakened. Giuliani said, well, I call them early surprises in the way we're going to campaign to get our message out, maybe in a little bit of a different way. You'll see. You'll see. And I think it'll be enormously effective. And I do think that all of these revelations about Hillary Clinton finally are beginning to have an impact. Revelations. Which revelation has revealed anything other than the kind of idle, sometimes ridiculous, sometimes vindictive chatter that goes on in a political campaign? What have they revealed? It's just anyway. 3 days after that, Comey said, his investigators had his agents were reviewing emails, quote, that appear to be pertinent to a closed investigation. The ones they found on the little pervert's wife's iPad or something. And of course, Comey said, I don't know anything about it. I don't know what's in there. I have no idea. Somebody ought to put a cork in that fucker's mouth. Why don't you shut up, Comey? Go investigate shit. Go bust some pot dealers or something, you half-witted moron. Quit doing what an FBI director is not supposed to do. Inject your ass into a political campaign. What is this? Well, we know what it is. So the question came up then, did Giuliani have an inside track? Because he was hinting 3 days before Comey said, well, we found a thing and I don't know. Did he? A spokesman for the Trump campaign said, oh, no, not at all, Jason Miller. Miller said, quote, Rudy was just having fun to keep the other side on their toes. Since August, the fun that this little half-witted moron, Giuliani, since August, he's been publicly claiming that FBI agents were telling him that Mrs. Clinton should have been criminally charged for the email server. Giuliani said during an August interview with Chris Cuomo on CNN, quote, "It perplexes numerous FBI agents who talk to me all the time, and it embarrasses some FBI agents," end quote. Julie won't name the embarrassed or perplexed agents. But as the Daily Beast noted yesterday, it is a violation of FBI policy for agents to share investigative information, which means Giuliani is full of shit right up to his little twisted head and his funny little mouth. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's just a shit stirrer. There's nothing there. Once again, God damn it, this is what bothers me. Do you know they investigated Whitewater for 7 years? 7 years. And what did they find? Well, I'll tell you what they found. They didn't find anything. And you know why they didn't? Because the Clintons are so experienced in crime. I mean, it's incredible how adroit they are at hiding shit, burying facts and information and clues. They hide it. 7 fucking years that every single gunzel on the Republican side of the playpen and all the religious bullshit artists who walk around pissing on Jesus, all of them, 7 years. Nothing. Nothing. Oh. This week, Giuliani decided he would open a new front. He attributed what might be seen as just a common difference of opinion about law and evidence. He compared that, or he attributed it to rampant corruption at the highest levels of the Justice Department, and specifically the Attorney General, Loretta Lynch, who, by the way, began her career as a prosecutor in New York in 1990 and has obtained convictions of politically corrupt Republicans and Democrats. But as usual, Giuliani, this little asshole, provided no substantiation of his accusations. He said his claims came from information that he was receiving from unnamed law enforcement sources. I bet that's true. I bet Giuliani goes to bed at night, and then these law enforcement sources that he sees come out of the wall in his bedroom. They step out. "Rudy? Oh, you're back?" "Yes, Rudy. We have more information for you to get out to the public." "Oh, you do?" "Yes. Now, have you got your notepad before we have to go back into the wall? Have you got your notepad?" "Yes, yes." And then Giuliani said in an interview with Megyn Kelly on Wednesday, he said, quote, "You have outraged FBI agents that talk to me. They're outraged at the injustice. They're outraged at being turned down by the Justice Department over the grand jury. They are convinced that Loretta Lynch has corrupted the Justice Department." Megyn Kelly said, "Who told you this?" "The people that come out of the wall. They come out. They come out every night. They do. They do. They really do. They come out. I know you find that hard to believe, but they come out of the wall and then they talk to me. And I write it all down. See, Megan? Look, see what I wrote down? Can you see this? Hey, Megan. Oh. Miller, the spokesman for Fucko the Clown, when asked about Giuliani's statements, Miller said, in fact, the former mayor had not been speaking with any FBI agents. Mr. Miller said, look, he's only had conversations with retired FBI agents who no longer work inside the building. But it was Giuliani who said, this is worse than Watergate. Hold on, my ass is on fire. Quick, somebody help me put it out. Woo, woo. What has happened to America's mayor? It's the Clinton derangement syndrome. What is wrong with him? What's wrong with all of them? The FBI insiders leaked information. Da-da, da-da-da-da-da. Then he was on CNN with Wolf Blitzer, the Mossad agent. It was questioned about this. Giuliani said, I was referring to the fact that this has been going on for about 4 months now, this tremendous anger among, and I got it all from former FBI agents, tremendous anger within the FBI about the way, number one, Jim Comey's conclusions, and number two, the way they believe they're being obstructed by what they regard as a pretty corrupt Obama Justice Department. Blah, 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 blah. One thing for sure, the full scope of the Trump campaign has revealed to anyone who wants to look, and I know the Christian evangelicals and the political neo-Nazis are not going to see this, but maybe you will, Truth Seeker. I have. I'm sure you have too. But what this campaign with Trump has unleashed or pulled the cover back so that we can all look at it is this squirming mass of fucking maggots that just lay at the very heart of the American political system. Maggots, just little white ones and little brown ones that are just squirming around, secreting all kinds of maggot shit, whatever they secrete. That's what the Trump campaign has shown everybody. That the system here is decaying. It's being eaten by maggots. It should be replaced. Yeah.